Apparently, Peter, you were caught up in what went on in Amsterdam last night.
Yes, that's correct, yes.
Tell me, what were you doing in Amsterdam? What did you see? What happened?
So I'm not Israeli. I'm not a Maccabi Tel Aviv fan. I'm actually an Ajax fan, so I went with some friends to the Ajax game. And on the way back, there was a lot of commotion. And long story short, I saw an Israeli fellow being pummeled. He was lying on the floor and he was getting his head kicked in. So me and my mate, we went up to these guys. We said, "Stop hurting him. Leave him alone." We picked the guy up. We kind of dispersed the crowd. And a minute later, the guy came back to us. "You Jewish? You Israeli?" We're like, no. And one guy turned up and he just punched me in the face. Glass was broken. It could have got worse, but the ringleader of this particular gang, there was a lot of pockets of different gangs. They said, "No, they're British. We can't hurt them." But when the whole thing was unfolding, more people came out, obviously, to hurt us, thinking we were Israeli.
Tell me about the sort of people that were doing this. Were they sort of pro-Palestine marchers? What were they like?
They were, I would say, Moroccan or Turkish or, that sort of background, immigrants. They were speaking Arabic. They were looking for Jewish people. So this whole claim that they were only targeting Maccabi Tel Aviv fans is false. They were walking around saying, Jew, we want Jews.
How many were there? You said there were lots of disparate gangs.
There were probably about 300, I would say. And they turned up in their mopeds. It was very organised. They seem to have had different people commanding them what to do in different areas. So I was walking around earlier, about 20 minutes earlier, and I was watching what was going on. The police had no control of the situation. They didn't turn up to where the main drama was unfolding for a long time.
And how bad were these physical attacks on football fans?
Oh, they were bad. They wanted to hurt people. It wasn't just like a drunk night in the bar. They were going for it. One person ended up in the canal. It could have got worse with me. I had to go to hospital for stitches. But the guy on the floor that I helped, he was pretty close to going unconscious. Had they not stepped in, it could have been pretty bad.
Where are you now? You still in?
I just landed. No, just landed in Luton.
Right. That must have been really terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying, especially if you're Israeli. And there was they weren't aggressive. This is not the main group of people before the game where they all herded together, singing songs. They were targeting individual people. I saw one dad with his young kids running to his hotel. They were just targeting anyone they can get hold of. There was a car ramming attack. There were people with knives. They were looking to hurt people.
I know that Netanyahu is actually organising emergency evacuation flights from the Netherlands. I cannot believe it. The more I learn about this story, the more the true horror unfolds.
This is the product of mass immigration because there's no control. Even when I was waiting for the taxi to get to the hospital, the guy turned up, a bloke named Mohammed, in his Uber, and he said, "I'm not taking you," and drove off. So, yeah.
Russell.
Yeah, Peter, mate, what a harrowing story. And you're okay, though, are you, is the main thing?
Yeah, it cost me €250 to get my nose stitched up and my glasses were broken, but...
And tell us about the attackers. Genuinely, could you identify them as being pro-Palestinian? Were they wearing Palestinian colours?
Yeah, they were wearing they were wearing a couple of flags. They were all up in their, sweat gear and all that.
So there's no doubt who they represented and I guess in whose name that violence was being portrayed.
Yeah, they were speaking Arabic. They were looking for Jews, not even Israelis. So.
And Peter, tell us about the police. You said that they did nothing. Were there no police around, or were they standing around? Just give us an account of how the police were responding.
Before the game, there was a very strong police presence. Nothing could have happened. After the game, in defence of the police, there was a lot of people going to different areas, so it's quite hard to police. But it took about 45 minutes for the police to arrive on the scene.
In a city centre, where there should be a huge police presence anyway, because of the football game.
Yeah, it was a definite oversight.
Did you get the impression that the police were ignoring it on purpose?
I think they were scared. I think genuinely, I spoke to the police after, and I said, "Can you walk me to the hotel? Because these guys are still around." And he was very reluctant to do so. They were overrun. The whole thing was out of control. Eventually, the riot police turned up after about an hour, but they were overrun and they were quite scared.
Peter, thank you so much for calling us and telling